What's up, Drop Pod listeners? You can check out new episodes of the Drop Podcast every Tuesday and Thursday wherever you listen to podcasts. You can find all of our content on YouTube at the Drop Golf Podcast and on our socials. That's Instagram and Twitter at the Drop_pod. No matter how you consume us, like, subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff. Follow and listen along.
This episode is presented by All County Exteriors. Discover the excellence of All County Exteriors, a third-generation leader in premier exterior home remodeling, proudly celebrating over 40 years of success. While most remodeling companies last just 5 years, All County Exteriors has withstood the test of time, consistently delivering top-quality roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Their expertise extends from small repairs to large additions, serving homeowners and builders alike. More than just a construction company, All County Exteriors is deeply committed to community service, proudly supporting organizations such as the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the American Cancer Society, Roofs for Troops, and Parents of Autistic Children. If you have planned to do any exterior remodeling, call the experts at All County Exteriors for a free, no-obligation estimate for your project. Just call 732-370-2780 or email them at info@allcountyonline.com. That's 732-370-2780 for All County Exteriors for all your remodeling needs.
What's up, Drop Pod people? This is episode 112, and before we kick into the episode, I want to give a quick shout out. It is Mike Poro's birthday today. My friend, my partner, my ambassador, Quan here. I really appreciate everything you do, and I wanted to give you a shout out. Happy birthday to you. All the best. Hoping another year of health and happiness. And now, here's the episode.
This is the Drop Podcast where we talk golfing in the Garden State. I'm Mike Poro, and this is Ryan Coulott.
What's up, Drop Pod people? Welcome back. Episode 112 coming at you. Obviously, if you're watching this, you're wondering what is going on. Where are they? We got a special episode for you. Mike and I are recording live from the 10th hole in Ocean Township, New Jersey. We've been talking about it for a week or so now, 2 weeks. Been the last couple episodes we've mentioned it. It is the only simulator that is owned by a municipality. So really pretty cool.
No doubt. Listen, it's a nice spot. It's clean. It's organized. It's got everything you want here, and I was beyond impressed walking in here today.
Yeah,
beyond.
Absolutely. So let's save that talk for a minute or two from now. Let's recap for the people. We're also going to talk Hendricks Field today. Mike played yesterday. We dropped the Mike versus Hendricks Field. He played the 15th hole, par 4, principal nose. The one thing I like, and we'll get into Hendricks, is it's all smaller versions of all the stuff. So it's got a principal nose, but smaller, right? Friday's Mike versus Ryan is the par 3, 12th hole, right? Its name is Weeberitz. So I like that about that. So that's what we got going on. Yesterday, Mike played the par 4 15th. Friday is we take on the 12th hole, Weeberitz. Today, Tuesday, episode 12. Wave, Mike. We're together today. We're waving. You can watch us live on YouTube. If you're listening to us, make sure you rate, review, subscribe, all that good stuff wherever you're hearing or listening to this. Tomorrow, I take on the first hole at Hendricks Field. Now, I will say this. Some people might think, wow, what courage to get out there and just take on the first hole. Mike and I started on the back, so it was actually our 10th hole. But
I didn't think you'd tell everybody that. I thought you'd let them think, like, you know what? I walked out of my car, didn't hit a ball, and I stripe showed it. I mean, listen.
I don't think.
I think you should have just said, you know what? How about that? Got out of my car. Enjoy this video.
I am about honesty, if not anything else. So this is what we
goes
are.
Back to last week. We're a man of the people.
Yeah. First hole at Hendricks is a par 5, 475 yards. Really a great hole, and we're going to get into the whole essence, I guess, of Hendricks Field in just a few minutes there. And then our interview this week is Stephen Kay. That's happening on Thursday. Stephen is a golf course architect. he's done so much. I mean, he did the redo at Hendricks Field. That's kind of why we had him on. He did Francis Byrne, another reason that he's coming on. Currently in the process of doing Weequake or Wequahic, as we found out. Yep. So that's Steven and his, what he does. So a number of other golf courses that we can get into, but Steven is our interview for this week, and it's a doozy. I mean, Steven loves to talk about his golf courses. He really has a passion for what he does, and super knowledgeable. He talked about being a teacher, Mike, and I know you want to say something very clearly. Did he love being a teacher?
Listen, he's a firecracker. Yeah. I mean, there's no two other ways around it. He is a one-of-a-kind, rare breed, gem of a person, and you have got to listen to Thursday's interview. No two ways around it.
And then, as I said, Friday is Mike versus me. We take on the 12th hole there at Hendricks. So a little review of what we got going on this week. All right, Mike, let's get into some of our updates here.
Yeah,
right?
You got an update here for the people. This is it. This is the week. We've been talking about this. Mm-hmm. You've got the hoodie on.
Yep.
I had it on the other day. It is one of those things. We've said this on multiple occasions. The hoodie is unbelievable. I'm not just saying it to hoot and holler and brag about the stuff that we have. It is a very, very good hoodie.
I mean, it's got room. It's comfy. Yeah. It's warm. It's
it's going to be on sale.
Yeah.
And it's going to be on sale. So not only is $30 already cheap as it comes, we're going to put a sale on every single item on the website starting Black Friday. Yeah. Then you decide to spend a little extra money, over $100, free shipping. Use the code DROPSHIP24. I mean, there is not a better deal for Black Friday. I don't care what Amazon's running. I don't care what Walmart's running. I don't care what anybody. The Drop Podcast has the deal of the weekend. Go check it out starting Friday through Monday, and I might even extend it into Tuesday because why not?
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. Go get your gear. I say this often. You will not be disappointed.
No, you won't be. So make sure you check that out. Mike, I love what you've been doing behind the scenes there. I love the Black Friday sale. So jump on over there. No reason not to. I wish, I didn't have my hat on because today you got to see my beautiful face. But usually I got the hat too.
You got to quote somebody on that.
I do. Quote the Poro. Let's get into the PGA Tour, Mike. Mm-hmm. It's currently ongoing.
Yep.
As I said, we're recording at a little bit different time than we record. We're live on location here, so it's kind of when it works out for everyone's schedule and all that sort of thing. So I don't want to give any updates, but if Ryan has done something, you have heard about it. We have. We're going to send out something. There's going to be messages. There's going to be Instagrams. Like, you will have known what's going on. And as we said, he's got to make a move. Right, he's got to make a move in order to get conditional status. So remember, his number is 150. So he's got to move up 11 spots. We're looking at like a top 5, maybe top 10 gets him in. But as you said last week, and I've kind of thought a little bit more about it, I think we need a top 5 as well. I think a top 5 secures it, I guess.
Yeah, and to your point, listen, if he does it, you've heard from us already.
Yeah.
Are you looking for the perfect place to host the wedding of your dreams? Or maybe your company is looking to host an unforgettable holiday party with the beautiful backdrop of a golf course? Or just looking for a great spot for casual comfort food? Then you need to visit Galloping Hill Golf Course in Kenilworth, New Jersey. Conveniently located in Union County, right off exit 138 on the Garden State Parkway, Galloping Hill encompasses over more than 270 beautiful acres. Book your special day in their recently updated banquet space and enjoy the wonderful scenery on the golf course during your on-site ceremony. You could also host your holiday party in the formal ballroom or in the casual setting of the Hill Tavern Bar and Grill, the gastro pub with seasonal food and beer options updated regularly. Their catering teams consistently win awards each year from the Knot and Wedding Wire. Schedule a tour for your special event at the clubhouse at gallopinghill.com. Don't forget, golf never stops at Galloping Hill either. Open all year round. Go enjoy the course on those nice days in the winter and hang out in the tavern after your round. The fun never stops at Galloping Hill Golf Course. We got two big topics right now.
We do.
We got two big topics.
We do.
We got to start where we're at.
We do.
We got to start where
Yep.
we're at.
10th hole in Ocean Township. As I started at the top, it is the only indoor simulator that is run, owned, operated by a municipality. And the Township of Ocean has it's kind of connected to Colonial Terrace and the golf course, 9-hole golf course right next door. So they kind of are linked up there. They've taken over the building. They turned it into 3 open golf bays. There's one closed for you if you want to have like a little private setup or maybe you just want to come over and work. Like you can go do that there. You do it in any of the bays, but like there's 4 total bays. 3 are open. One is a private bay. They have what would you call that little like banquet room?
Yeah, a little event
nice
space.
Little event space. That's what I was looking for. A nice little event space that they have there for them to, host some different things, some parties. You can have, an event catered here. There is no food and beverage on premise.
It's BYOB.
But you can bring your stuff.
Yeah.
It is BYOB. So there's a lot of positive stuff going on here. Every simulator has that, Mike. But let's get into what makes this place different from all the other places, other than just the municipality owner.
I think one of the things I would describe this compared to others that we've been, and seems to be like a family-first environment. I feel like this has the openness that if you wanted to play 9 holes, you have the golf course right there. You want to come inside here, you got a little event space. You could have any type of party in that little room over there. I don't care if it's a banquet, baby shower, you name it, you can have it over there.
Absolutely.
And then if you get that golf nerd like we are, like, oh, you want to go hit some balls, you want to rent it out, like you don't have to be a county resident to do that type of stuff. Resident, non-resident, you can come over here, book 30 minutes, hour, pending everything's available. I mean, this place is very, very well designed. It's very, very well ran, and it's a spot that just like us, you're waiting in between your shots with you and your buddy. You got NBA Jam right there. You got NBA.
I was
Jam.
waiting to point it out there,
Who doesn't
Mike.
like old school NBA Jam? So they got TVs galore. You want to come over here on a Sunday, watch NFL, hit some shots, play a hole, play a 9. I mean, listen, it's here. It's here.
Mike, I think what this place does better than the other places that we've been to, this place has a great balance of places. Can you come here? Can you come here and work on your game? 100%. Can you come here with the family and waste a couple hours on a rainy day? Absolutely. Can you come here and
have a party?
You have a party? 100%. Can you come here and you and the boys just have a couple cocktails and again, chum it up for an hour or two? 100%. Can you have a competitive match here? Bring in, I know that they do leagues here. The women's league is on Tuesday mornings. So can you come and do that? Absolutely. Like the balance here is amazing that they have. And again, Mike, as you said, like the TVs are there too. Can you book one and hit some golf balls, be a little casual while watching some football? For sure. They really have done a great job here.
Yeah, and to your point, 4 bays, all TrackMan technology. So, I mean, you're getting the top-of-the-line stuff. And some people say, oh, it's a public spot. No. It still has the state-of-the-art
100%.
equipment and technology that we all know and love. So, I mean, it's one of those spots that I think – to last week's point about North Jersey being a hidden gem, I think it's one of those spots that once people come in, they step on the ground, they walk through this place, they're like, wow, I can come here and not get charged an arm and a leg and still have the unbelievable experience at all these other private spots. Like, it's unbeatable. It's unbeatable. You can have all types of memberships, I heard, too. So it's like you have what you need, especially come the wintertime, and we all know it's about to get really cold out here. You got a spot at a good price and somewhere to enjoy.
And without having like the membership rates in front of us, right? You have different things that you can do. You can be a member here. You don't need to be a member. You can book a bay if you'd like to. The TrackMan, so if you're used to going to your local other simulator, you want to try something different, TrackMan still, you just log into the account and it works.
TrackMan Travels.
It's just TrackMan Travels. You are an absolute poet lately. What's going on?
I'm a word wizard.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yes.
it's really it has all that. We hit balls before. It's right on line. You were comparing the Pro V to the Callaway, so it's got the numbers there for the data, the analytics. If you want to do that, it's really good. It really is. The staff knows what they're doing. They know the people that are working here. They know the technology. They know how to set it up. They know how to work the system. If there's something that does, computers aren't always. Sometimes it goes haywire. They know how to fix it. They know all the ins and outs of what they're doing. They're knowledgeable. They're great here. This has been a great experience.
You can see they care, and I think that's one of the things from a customer service perspective that's what matters.
Yeah.
You want to be at a spot where you feel like you're a family, and you walk in here, they treat you unbelievably well. You got every type of resource and technology that you need, and you hear it. They're even running a giveaway, as they told us. For every hour booked, you get a chance to win a custom Callaway golf bag. The giveaway ends January 1st, so if you get your rear end in here and you start hitting a few shots, listen, you might walk out of your New Year's with a brand new Callaway golf bag. So there's just so many good things that are going on here, and I think the best way to define it is this little hidden spot that once it's found, it's going to be, fires going out here in terms of finding times to see if you can actually get in here.
For sure. It's one of the things that we did talk about kind of off camera is that it is a newer place, right? It's less than a year old.
Yeah.
And they're open, right? It's definitely a hidden gem to my point. You can get times here if you want to, and that's not for I can get it. No. This place is awesome. It is well kept. It's clean. It's brand new. No reason not to come here. If you're looking to hit balls or get to a simulator or work on your game, this is 1,000% a great spot to go.
Yeah. No, listen. No two ways around it.
For sure.
The Christopher P. Siciliano 10th hole is the first state-of-the-art municipally owned indoor golf facility in New Jersey located adjacent to the award-winning William F. Larkin Golf Course in Ocean Township, New Jersey. Home of 4 golf bays utilizing TrackMan technology along with a large event space to host your next get-together. From engagement parties, corporate events, bachelor parties, and more, the 10th hole is the perfect venue. This unique facility has an affordable monthly membership with no initial fees or stipulations. Interested in a membership? Come by and say Mike and Ryan sent you and receive 2 additional free hours for your first month. This promotion will be good until Tuesday, December 10th. Go visit the 10th hole located in Ocean Township, New Jersey today. Let's go back to our friends at Essex County, because I know this was a huge topic of conversation after we visited Francis Byrne, and everybody's like, oh, how do you get on there? That place is unbelievable. I think you and I left there in awe that was a public golf course. Mm-hmm. So after we sat down with Tim, he was like, you got to go check out Hendricks Field. You got to go see this. I know I said this weeks ago when we had Tim on and we talked Francis Byrne, but no offense. These people in Essex County are spoiled with a capital S. It is unbelievable how good their golf courses are.
It really is, Mike. I don't know how else to say it other than exactly how you did. They don't have a ton because there's only 3. You got Byrne, you got Hendricks, you have Week Wake, and so with the only 3 golf courses, the quantity isn't there. But, man, the quality is for sure there. Because as we spoke about with Francis Byrne, I think for both of us, is a top 3 public course in the state that we played. I think that's a.
Are you asking me?
I'm not asking you.
No,
I'm just.
I was going to plead the 5th on that.
Okay, I think we're at least arguing. We're at least in argument there, right? Hendricks Field was incredible as well. I mean, it did not disappoint. The people up there are absolutely spoiled.
I mean, listen, Zach does a phenomenal job up there. He sat down with us for a good 30 minutes before we went out and kind of gave us the ins and outs of that place, which was unreal. Just learning and understanding everything about it. And I think being that competitive golfer, you look at 61, 6,200 yards, par 70, and I'm like, I'm going to go 65, 64. There might be a plaque for me when I walk out of that place. But I will tell you this, that place smacked me in the face every which way because it's a thinking man's golf course. You've got to really think about things. Thankfully, Zach was with us kind of saying, hey, try to hit it here, even though we were not hitting it where he was asking us to. Don't miss it this way. Where do we miss it that side? But I
blame him. I need positive self-talk. You know, don't tell me don't hit it right. You want to say, hey, hit it to the left side here.
But that golf course again was so good. I'm like blown away that if I wish I lived in a closer location to go play those places, because again, the price is unbeatable.
It absolutely is. I mean, we're not even talking. We're talking about this place as it is a great golf course, not talking about the price. Now, it's going to cap out. I wouldn't pay $600 to go play there. But whatever price they're charging, it is great. So we're talking about it as a golf course.
I believe it is $30 to walk during the week and $40 on the weekends for card holders.
That's silly.
But only now we're non-card holders. So people are like, oh, well, what's the difference? You know, I was told it's roughly in the $10 more ballpark. So if you're telling me if I want to carry my own bag for $40 to go play that spot, okay, fine.
That's
you know
silly.
What? How about
silly.
50 just to ride?
Okay, yeah, that's silly.
It's insane.
That's silly. And to your point, people might look at it, and it's something that we talked about with Steven, because they're doing Week Wake right now, and Week Wake's going to top out. You know, the tips are going to be like $5,800, so it's going to be an executive course, right? That I can get, right? If you don't want to play an executive course, you play a quote unquote real golf course, right? Par 70, 6,100 yards. It is going to eat you up, because you can't just bomb and gouge this place. You have to think your way around it. If you're going to hit driver, you can hit it on some holes for sure, but there's going to be other holes where just you can't hit your driver because it puts you in trouble. And I think particularly the one hole that I'm thinking of, Mike, is the one you recorded with the principal's nose.
Yeah.
Right? If you hit driver,
15.
You can roll it. I mean, that bunker is in perfect position. Now, I know you missed it because you were short of it.
No, past it.
Past it?
I was right in the nose.
Oh, that's in the nose. That's right.
In the nose. Drove it through the bunker, except it was like the tip of the nose.
So,
it was like the booger hanging out of the thing at the top, that little white ball.
So you got options on a hole like that, right? There's then there's other holes. There's another par 4, the 18th hole, Mike. Long par 4, you got to hit driver, and I think I went like driver 6-iron, right? So long par 4 there. Whereas other ones, it's like, okay, we don't necessarily need to. So they have a great balance of playing the holes in front of you that you got to play, and I think they've done an excellent job with that course, and Steven's renovation of it and what they have there, what they've done. Trading to get the other side to make some holes on the park. They opened up another thing for the first tee there. That facility is incredible, which we didn't even get to really go see. We just saw it from the course, but like we can talk about that in a second. But all the things that they have going on there, again, people in Essex County are just spoiled because that place is incredible.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to cut you off. The last thing is a place where you can really bring your game. Like there's not a lot of public spots where if you wanted to go work on your game and say, hey, I'm not going to hit drivers today, you could not hit a driver there and work on shots. And it's different than what you've said. Move up a tee box, work on your game by, get par by playing from the red tees, right? This is, you don't need to do that. Just don't hit driver. You could move up as well, but it is a very flexible golf course as well.
Listen, I think the one word I would define that place is you need to be disciplined. Because if you think you're just going to just grip and rip, like I tried doing, you're all over the map.
Yeah.
All over the map. The fairways were firm and fast, which is great, right up our alley. The greens were rolling unbelievably well.
They were beautiful.
So to me, like, I'm still trying to, I'm going to drive this green because I'm a moron. So I'm making doubles and bogeys. Whereas if you were smart and said, you know what, I'm going to take my rescue, I'm going to take my 3-wood and just get it in the fairway and still leave myself 140 yards rather than trying to get it near 50 or 60 yards, you probably could have played better. But that's the one thing I would say that defines that golf course is just staying disciplined and staying focused. Because I kind of loved how the 10th green was right there with the fence in the background. You got the school in the distance. You got the street going back. Like, those are things for people like us that we don't see on a daily basis that you got to experience firsthand. And what Zach and what Tim have done in terms of the 12-minute tee times, I know not to beat a dead horse because we talked about this with Tim, but that is a phenomenal job when it comes to pace of play, which ultimately matters to all golfers.
Right. They've made a great experience for their people. Yep. It is reasonably priced.
Yep.
It is an enjoyable round of golf.
Yep.
It is not overly difficult, but still challenging.
Yep.
And there's one thing, Mike, I'd say. We were in Essex County. Essex County is kind of famously known for being like overpopulated with a lot of people. I saw one of the biggest bucks that I've ever seen on property. Remember that?
Yep.
The antler. I mean,
yeah.
it was a 10-point buck on.
It might have been on the 11th hole.
On the 11th hole.
Yeah, the right
just
side there.
walking on like that path there. How cool was that?
Yeah,
so not something I expected to see in Essex County was a deer that big.
Yeah. I mean, listen, they rerouted some of the holes there across the street, which was phenomenal.
With that little park there, so there were like kids playing soccer or softball or something like that over there. There was some kind of event going on. Yeah, it was really, they've done a really great job, and only more things to come. Because if you remember, where we were on the 12th hole, where we played our verse, there's an old train set, an old train track that they're turning into like a walking path, like a trail, and that's going to only enhance it, right? So now you're going to have a little bit more, it's not going to be kind of ugly, overgrown train track, and I'm not saying that it takes away, I don't mean that negatively to the golf course, but you're going to have like a nature walk there, and that's only going to bring out more beauty, and people are going to see the course more. And then to your point, like you said, not something... You know that you're in a crowded area with a lot of people by being on the 11th green that had or the 10th green.
10th green. Yeah, 10th.
That had the school over there and clearly on the highway. But at no other point did you think like, I'm in a very urban area.
No, not at all.
You really didn't. It really felt like you were in a park. So they've done an absolutely excellent job over there. Like you said, Zach and Tim, they've done excellent. Steven did an amazing job with the redo. That place was really, really good. Again, just another spot that is a tremendous spot.
Yeah, you can clearly see that county cares about golf. Yep. And those people over there that call the shots are unbelievable, and I got to see if they want to move down south to where I am. But how about the first tee? I mean, let's talk about the first tee. I was
just going to say, let's talk about our morning there, because Zach was nice enough to get us the first time of the day.
Yep.
Right? So we teed off. We were going to tee off at the very first time. Well, obviously, fall golf, frost delay. So what was it, an hour?
Half hour. I think.
Half hour?
Yeah, we were supposed to go off at like 7:55. We didn't tee off to 8:30 on the dot.
Okay. Oh, so a little less than I thought. So and they flipped it. We teed off on the back because the back dries off quicker or burns off quicker. So terrific. So now, no warm up. We've been sitting, talking, having coffee. Right then, all right, let's go. We do one of these actions here, little sideways stretching, and then we're off 10, which is right next to the putting green. With now, how many people were waiting? Because now not everyone knows that it's a frost delay. Yeah. So I don't know. You have 100 people there that are watching our shots. I even said to you,
who are these guys?
Right, exactly. Right, because who are we? Because we must be somebody, because we're two guys in a cart. One guy, the guy that runs the place, is driving out with us. So there's got to be like, what's going on here? It was quite a scene. It really was. And
Thankfully,
I know
we both got the ball in the air.
Ball in the air. I didn't even look where the ball went. I just club twirled like I hit it in case anyone was watching me, and I just hit, twirl. Let's pick the tee up and move on. We'll deal with whatever happens later. But found it and moved on. That was crazy. And then, Mike, I do want to talk about the first tee situation that they have going on there, because the first tee is a tremendous organization, and something that frankly I think we've left off from our pod quite a bit. We don't talk enough about it, but it gets youth involved in the game. Actually, one of the headquarters is here at the William Larkin Colonial Terrace golf course here, and I think they use I don't know this, but I would think maybe they would even use it inside here. Yeah, because there's a connection. Obviously,
there is an agreement. Mike was mentioning to me there is an agreement.
So I would assume that there would be. It's an incredible operation that the first tee run. The facility that they have there,
At Hendricks Field.
At Hendricks Field.
Yeah.
Sorry. Right, back to Hendricks Field now. The facility they have there is second to none. I mean, the house that they built for them so they talked about some of the rerouting, right? So they basically, there's 2 holes, 3 holes that they changed. They moved a green, they moved a tee box, they took a hole out. And now the first tee uses it kind of like in the corner of this property. They built an enormous house that's got 2 garage door bays. It's got an outdoor, so you can be outside, you can be inside, and you're hitting to these, 3, 4 different
I think
greens?
like 3 different greens, yeah.
And then there's even, when they want to play like a little routing, you can play like from the garage to one of the greens, another of the greens, another of the greens. Then you go pick up the balls and you walk, and now you'd be closer to the golf course. And they had another right behind, what hole was that? Like the 3rd green, that par 3 that we both played really excellently.
Yeah, I want to say it's behind the 3rd green.
I think
that
so.
sounds about right.
And there's a little like tee-off area where, again, now you're playing to the same 3 holes, but you changed up the little different location, right? They moved the pins each day. The angles have changed. The distances have changed. I don't not that we've been extensive in our first tee like places. I don't think that there could be a better facility than they have there. It is absolutely beautiful.
That's a spot that I could sit out and practice.
Right.
And like you could get better at the game of golf. And I think when you talk about the things that Essex County has done in really growing the game of golf, I mean, that defines that to a T.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
that
really does.
little spot that they have carved out for kids that just don't have the financial means, the backing to get golf clubs, to go play golf, because it can be expensive, to go have free lessons with somebody for an hour, to come and hit balls, chip and putt, like that defines growing the game. And I hear the first tee a lot, and there's different organizations in different spots, but being able to see and witness that firsthand I was like blown away, because I'm like, that is good for the game.
It really is. And something you didn't mention, it does all that, but it also gives those kids, like, it introduces them to a game that they wouldn't
might not
be a get otherwise, but it also gets them doing not other things that they shouldn't be doing, right? It might give them purpose. It might give them they might not.
It opens doors.
It opens doors.
It opens doors
That's
to
a perfect
things.
way.
It opens
That's what
doors
I'm looking for. It opens
to
doors.
means that they may not ever know about, heard about. But this is like, hey, listen, you can do this. You don't ever have an idea what a kid will grow up, but if you give him a little bit, hey, listen, now he brings a friend and brings another friend, and now all of a sudden, like, they have their own little foursome, and they grow up talking about things that they did in the game. Then they start giving back and mentoring and coaching kids in the first tee. It's an unbelievable thing that we've heard about. We've never really talked about.
No.
But seeing it,
amazing. It's definitely a first-class facility, and I don't know why this is sticking to my mind, but the most it'll be, because it's subsidized, the most it would be for the families there is $60 for the year, I would assume.
I
for
don't.
whatever
you would have a better memory with that.
But
don't
I remember
recollect
Zach
that.
saying that's what it was, and like $60 to play it, to have that facility and have that for however long it is, if it's for the summer, if it's for the golfing season, if it's for whatever the case is, that's in a very impressive setup. It really is. It's really a great thing. And as you said, we've talked here a number of times about trying to grow the game of golf, having golf be better for, more people involved in golf is better, and that's what that's doing.
Listen, Joey DiVincenzo needs to move down to my area, because whatever he's got going on there in Essex County, boy, oh boy, it's special.
So before we wrap up here, Mike, I want to ask you, we obviously recorded our holes, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean it was our favorite holes out there, right? Do you have something that sticks out from the course that you liked better than, a hole that you liked better, or something there that, like...
I'll tell you this. I mean, not to say... I think the holes that we played were phenomenal, and and selfishly, I don't know why that principal knows. It just hits for me. I kind of like that. It's weird. It's unique. It's different. I don't see that many spots. So seeing that, I'm like, dude, this kind of is cool. Even if you hit it in there like I did, And then I think the Barrett's greens are just unreal. I do think that's kind of just a unique thing that we never see. I don't know a course in the area other than the two that we've played there in Essex County that have them.
Right.
Like, I can't even think. I'm sure someone will DM me after this and say, Mike, here's 5 of them. But I off the top of my head, I got none. Another Banks golf course. Like,
right.
There are so many good things about that.
We talked about how it's a Stephen K. redesign, not once mentioning that's a Charles Banks design originally.
Right, yeah.
So, and that's something, and it was amazing. It really was.
Why, do you have a favorite hole?
I think the people should know about the 5th hole, right? How both of us birdied that par 5.
Yeah.
Which doesn't happen very often.
No, it doesn't.
Right? We both
gettable par 5.
It is a gettable par 5. There's a string there of holes where you got back-to-back par 5s, the 4th hole and the 5th hole, that are I don't want to say an easy stretch, but you have, if you put
gettable.
a good,
it's
but
gettable.
are gettable.
Yeah.
You can put a good swing out there. You can get there in 2, and make something happen. And both of us got on in 2, and knocked our putts in. So
2 putts.
Knocked the 2 putts in. Yeah. So that's an incredible thing. And I will say one thing that Zach also mentioned that I do want to give him a shout out, because I love this feature. I love when golf courses have holes that are named.
I knew you were going to say
And he has done an excellent job. He literally, he reminded me multiple times. He's like, that's my baby. I did that. Yeah. And the scorecards are amazing. Yeah. They have a little bit on what the hole is. And frankly, Mike, it gives you a bit of what to do on the hole. Like, what was Charles Banks thinking when he designed the course? Because it gives you a little, quick little blurb, gives you an outline of the hole, the course, the whole thing there. And it just kind of, again, as you said, it's a thinking course. This is part of the thought process that you have to put out. And it's awesome. The scorecards came out incredible, and I love how they have names, right? And you got, the first hole, the hole that I recorded, right? It's called Alps. Why? You got a long drive uphill. Then you got something else. Your next shot's uphill into like a punch bowl kind of green, like Alps, like you're kind of climbing the Alps, right? It was big. You got the 12th hole, which we recorded, right? I said Barrett's. I love that. You got Principal Nose, but you got all the holes that have names. I just love that. I love when they do it, and I think that it's a really well done scorecard. So good job, Zach.
Yeah, listen, I think it's one of those spots again. You're crazy to think that you shouldn't go play either one of them. If you were talking that price is a problem, well, this checks the box. If you're looking for a great golf course, that checks the box, and it's icing on the cake when it's good people. So listen, it
really does.
It is another great public golf course in the state of New Jersey that you need to go experience.
No doubt. All right, so that's going to wrap it up here for Mike and I. Thanks for joining. Stay tuned Thursday for our interview with Stephen K. Till then, cheers.